The innings this year, 3.5 ERA for Logan, but you mentioned the changeups against the knuckle curve and changeup, being thrown that curveball a lot more of late. But one of the biggest struggles he's had in this second half.
Close miss just above the zone. 2 balls and a strike.
Only the 2 strikeouts last time out against Cleveland. Big reason for that is tough team to strike out. They make a ton of contact.
Gilbert's 2-2. He struck him out. Some easy gas right out of the game.
Pitched into the 7th, gave up the 8 hits, and then just the 2 strikeouts. Obviously no walks, but the 2 strikeouts again. Tough team.
It's been nothing but the fastball so far. It's never greater. Lowest average, the lowest weighted on base. And this at-bat should be over. 99 upper outside corner. Kirk Casale prized Gilbert sticking with that fastball. That time, a breaking ball. He drops the curve.
Coming up through the minor leagues, and took him a while, but go back to around this time last year, him and Pete Woodworth, the pitcher, 2022.
Javi Baez, the batter. Gilbert quickly had 0-2 of August. Here comes the 0-2.
And I think a lot of that has to do as well. We've talked a lot about his secondary pitches, and he pitches backwards essentially. That put away pitch, that fast. Next thing you know, you can sit fastball a lot easier against him, just like that.
That's the second time he's touched 99. Gilbert trying to strike out the side in order. Instead, a ground ball that finds center field. Now Baez was behind 1-2. He was able to work a single right up the middle. And Castro looked like he was teeing off right there. 0-2 on 0-2. Straightaway center field. Julio right there looking up into the sun. And then he puts it away for out. Eric Haas leads it off. DHing today for the Tigers.
Different look. He's primarily fastballs that first inning.
And Gilbert came out of state. We saw Logan touch 99.
He's getting too much of the plate.
Swing and a miss, top of the zone. That's the 3rd strikeout for Logan Gilbert.
For Logan.
Then steps Willie Castro. Strike 1. What is that doing to his eyes?
Well, it's not so much, you know, a lot of times when you think about, you know, like a bigger curveball and a fastball, you think about here. I can't sit on a certain pitch, especially if you're a young hitter. Especially too if you've never seen Logan Gilbert. He's never pitched to you in the strike zone. Slider wouldn't show outside the strike zone. So it's like, you know what? The only thing I'm looking at right now is this fastball. If I don't see it, I'm not swinging. So that kind of extension, and obviously the velocity and the location, that's just that combination. You're never going to get to it.
He punches. Make it 7 for 7 as we play in the 2nd. Big bender for a strike. And he's using it.
Pairs so well with that fastball up in the top of the strike zone as well.
On a bounce over to France. Gilbert covers the bag for out number 3. Sox right now 3rd place in the Central. Tucker Barnhart takes ball 1 just off.
Often be a factor, but seeing him start to slip away.
Abreu's having a great season. 2 balls and a strike. This is one of the just missing 3-1. Barnhart draws. Now so far, and we mentioned
usually that fastball changeup combination. There's another one.
Foul ball at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bedu. Man, it's been a bad strike zone. 2-2. Haggerty in left field, drifts back on it, and he makes the catch in the sunshine. Center fielder on the ground, and it finds some open space on the left side, so make it a 10-game streak for Riley Green. And this is very high for ball one. Two 2-0 to Reyes. Almost hits him. Grooves that fastball in the zone 3.
Consistently missing in the same spot.
Fastball at the knees, full count.
Making that pitch.
Swing and a miss. Fastball at 95. Gilbert was behind 3-0. He ends up punching the ticket of Victor Reyes. Right.
Trying to get you the feel for each other in big counts, especially.
Baez into right field. Trammell coming in. Trammell is able to let. Castro takes strike one.
See if he can get settled back in.
Now, one thing worth mentioning, if you look at starting pitchers this year around the game with the bases empty, the 1-2. He struck him out. He spins Castro around almost like a top.
Throwing strikes again.
Nothing in 2 on Haas.
I feel like to the guys who are going to be used to doing, having the pitch clock.
Julio comes in a few steps, and the Mariners' young center fielder makes it 14-15 seconds with a pitch. Be tough for the hitter as that gets fouled back for strike one. 14 seconds is really fast.
Okay.
And that's the time with the bases empty. That ball disappears.
And he's working quick today too. If you pay attention in between pitches.
One, two. The between pitches clock starts when the pitcher has the ball and the catcher.
Too with that, it's just his weather as well. If you're young, comfortable, trying to get your footing, that'll be a bit of a factor as well, especially in the month of April.
Oh, nice play there by Haggerty. That ball to be with his boyhood team, activated off the injured list. He is healthy, and now a Seattle Mariner.
What do you want to do? He goes, I don't care. I just want to get back out there and pitch. He's a matchup guy.
Julio has to come right to him in center field.
Come to Seattle for a 3-game set starting Monday. Guys, we hope that the success against the Central continues as Logan Gilbert continues.
Talk a whole lot about Cleveland. You know, in spring training, obviously, there's White Sox all over this AL Central.
Fans would have a hard time recognizing some of those guys. And they're so disciplined offensive. Close games, pitching at a premium. Breaks his bat and fouls it away.
It's kind of got a little bit of that old school element too. A ton of contact.
Check swing. And he goes. High fastball, 97. And the QR code on the screen, or go to mariners.com/value to secure your seats. Riley Green fouls. Ahead 0.
It's not uncharacteristics for Logan Gilbert. I just think the biggest difference, so you talk about all those lefties in the lineup, 7 of them. It's like a better weapon against some of these hitters.
High fastball grounded up the middle. Suarez is right there. He's thrown 2 changeups today, Val. So will you shine the light on us here a little bit?
Yeah,
I
think
the most simplistic answer. You have a much, much better hitting team, offensive team. He hasn't needed to use it today. I mean, he's using his four-seam fastball, the one strike, and when he does that, then the other team can't just sit on his fastball, which is a pitch that they've been hitting very well over the last 9.
Just stay with that slider, and if it's not on the scouting report, if it's a situation where it's like, hey, look, I see something here, can you take the reins and be like...
That's a conversation that happens, you know, very quickly, whether you run out to the mound or in between innings. But I think Logan...
Just a remarkable number of first pitch strikes. Baez fouls this away. Hey, quickly, Val, with 2 outs here.
As far as the struggle, no. But, you know, I think just throughout the baseball season, you're going to find those little pockets of time where so you just know that he's going to come back because of his approach at the plate. And I think we're seeing that same thing with Julio inside. And I think both of those guys incorporate that.
Yeah, it's been great to see. And the Mariners certainly need a wave and a miss. He buries that a foot into the